And welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Super Metroid. In the last episode, we defeated Kraid, and we got the Varia suit, as well as getting a couple of things here in Norfair. We got a reserve tank by doing a weird jump, and we got the wave beam early by using a sequence break, and we also got the speed booster, which allows us to break through blocks really easily and go supersonic speed. And I'm actually going to go ahead and show it off here in a second. These stupid seahorses. I swear, I hate these seahorse enemies because they just won't die. I guess I could always use a missile. I haven't, but do you guys really want me to use... Look at that number.
Nice.
Do you guys really want me to use another missile? Come on, I don't want to use another missile. I'm at a perfect number right now. I can't use any from now on. I'm just joking. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and go through here. I better not pick up that pickup, otherwise it'll screw up the numbers. Anyways, we're gonna go through kind of some other areas in Norfair in this episode. Now that we have the speed booster, because the speed booster is actually kind of a very important ability that allows us to get a lot of things. I didn't mention before, but Speed Booster, it has other properties than just the thing that it's used for. And you'll go in more detail about it now, and I just now realized I could actually show it off here, but I went the wrong way. But that's okay. One thing I failed to mention when we got Charge Beam, and I forgot to mention this, I'm surprised I forgot to. If you charge your Charge Beam and do a cartwheel, you'll notice how Samus is flashing like that. That actually does damage to enemies if you cartwheel into them while you're charging. They call this the pseudo screw attack. That's what this technique is called. It allows you to basically just do free hits on enemies. It does consume your charge beam, so be careful. You're not like invincible while doing it. It does consume it. So if you get hit again, well, yeah, you pretty much hurt. One thing in particular I should mention also is if enemies do not die in a charge beam while you're doing the pseudo screw attack, like this guy right here. Actually, he does die in it. If it doesn't die in a charge beam shot, you'll just take damage. It won't work. It won't work like you think it does. I went the long way about doing this. I could have used that other way that actually used the speed booster. I could have showed it off. But you know what? I'm a stubborn person. I'm gonna go ahead and show it off anyways. It's over here. So what you could use the speed booster for is to break open blocks that have the arrow indicator on here. If you hold the B button, start using the speed booster, yeah, you can just pretty much just plow through all those things here. But I'm gonna go ahead and show off this technique because this technique is gonna be very useful. There's going to be a tutorial on how to use this because this technique is used for a lot of things in this game. If you're using a speed booster and you push down real quick, crouch, Samus will start glowing. And you can use this glow to pretty much jettison yourself upwards, side to the side, and sometimes even diagonal. This is called a shine spark. Shine sparking is very important in Metroid because you can... I think I screwed that up. Basically, yeah, right here. If you hold the A button when you're doing a shine spark, and you go over here and hold the A button and push the direction you want, Samus will do like a tackle. But be careful. In Super Metroid, when you use a shine spark, it actually consumes your health. So be very careful using shine sparks. But shine sparks are very important for certain upgrades later. So just keep that in mind that we need to know how to do this technique. So basically what you do is whenever you're doing a shine spark and you crouch real quick and Samus starts glowing, you can hold the A button to charge, or go, if you just hold up, Samus will go straight up. So just keep that in mind. We're going to actually, here in this room, we're going to use the shine spark here, because now we have shine spark, we can just beat all these gates and actually go through the door properly. There's some more blocks there that have another symbol that we don't have the power up yet. We're probably going to get it in this episode. But just keep in mind that it's there. So we're going to jump over here and go through this room. This room has more wall mouth hugger enemies that shoot blue fireballs at you. So we're going to climb up this way. And you guys saw where those fire fire enemies coming out of the wall there. We need to go down that way. In order to do that, we need to shoot this wall down here. Go into Morph Ball. And keep hugging this wall until we get into this area right here. As soon as you come through this door, we get our next upgrade. Another beam upgrade. This is like the 5th one. This is the Ice Beam. The Ice Beam is not an attacking Pokemon in this game, but it has kind of the same properties. Makes your beam ice variant. So this freezes enemies, and you can use those frozen enemies as platforms. And that's very useful for certain things. But the thing is, though, that unfortunately, the Ice Beam comes at a cost of power in a way. Basically, what that does is it makes it so that some enemies take 2 hits rather than 1 to kill. So it's kind of a trade-off, but that's okay. You can use the Ice Beam on these little splurts of slime to kind of jump over here, and I'm actually going to screw up this way. Oh gosh, ow, 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 ow. Get over here. I need to get into that hole there. Gotta get in there. There we go. But yeah, we're going to use the Ice Beam, and you can freeze the gliders now. So those turtle enemies that we saw earlier that we couldn't destroy, well, now we can use them as platforms, and that's going to be the big thing with them, is that their only use is to be a platform, and a platformer. But that's pretty much that. That room is kind of, we can't do anything else in this room because, well, we don't have the other power up in order to blow up those blocks. We're going to be getting that, actually, I think, in the next room over, or not next room, but the next thing we're getting is that. But we're pretty much done in Norfair. We can't really do anything else. I mean, we could do a couple other things, but we need more power-ups. So we're going to leave Norfair for right now. We're actually going to go back and explore some of the areas that we couldn't go before. So there's some other things. Now that we have Ice Beams, we can escape the long corridor where all the gliders were, but I couldn't get back up, even if I wall jumped. So, I failed to mention this enemy right here. These claw enemy guys, they grab you, and they'll drag you into the water. I think one of them might have done that before. You can freeze them now, and just get past them. They will defrost over time, so just keep that in mind. As you can see, I killed the Shriek Bats in 1 hit before, but the Ice Beam kind of, well, they kind of nerf it a little bit, because, well, now it takes like 2 hits, because they got to do the freezing effect, and then they die. I'm actually going to go ahead and use the energy recharge room here. Take that energy, that freebie energy heal, and we're going to go and use these gliders here as platforms to kind of return back to the area that we were before. We're going to go ahead and just aim our gun and not screw up. I'm going to go ahead and reactivate the freeze because, well, I don't want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, be Mr. Freeze. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and jump up here and grab up this way and make our way up this way. There we go. Now we made it back to the top of the area that we couldn't get to before. And we're actually going to continue our trek. We're not going to go through this door just yet. You can go back over here if you have some upgrades that you haven't gotten yet. But just keep in mind, we got pretty much everything. We're going to continue onwards, and sure enough, there's more turtles, more gliders here that need to be froze, that need to have the frozens. We're going to jump up here and grab this and get it this way. This area is kind of a pain in the butt. These flowers here will grab onto you if you fall into them, and they won't let go for a little bit, like so, yeah, like right now. You kind of have to wiggle your controller to get out if you're stuck in it for a couple of seconds. They will free you after a while, but just sometimes you can get knocked back into it. These enemy placements are kind of horrendous. I'm just gonna sugarcoat it. These enemy placements are kind of horrendous above these flowers. I don't like them. They're always a pain in the butt. But there's more. There's actually a save room right here. But before we go through that, let's shoot this wall right here, or this floor right here. This reveals a new area that we can explore. Let me go ahead and bomb Wherever I can bomb. Said where I can bomb. There it is. And we got caterpillar enemies. These guys are in Fusion in Sector 2. But there's a super missile door, so we're going to go ahead and open that door up and go through here. And this room is kind of, like I said, another pain in the butt with these flower enemies. I just ran right into it. And you got to freeze the slimes here. I'm going to be very careful with my placement of shooting here because, well, this is kind of a pain in the butt. Ah, stupid flower, get off of me. I don't like you like that. But there's a Chozo statue that is got a new power-up. This is the power bomb. This is a souped-up bomb. Basically, you have to go through another menu, select item, and set it with X. So this is like a normal bomb, but it's a nuke. So if you go on Morphle Farm and cycle through with the select button and select the power bomb, and you push and you set it down like a normal bomb, it basically blows up the whole entire screen. So it reveals a lot of blocks, and you're going to be using this quite often to find secrets and stuff like that. So it's an easy way to kind of just nuke the whole entire room and get rid of blocks. But behind that Chozo statue is a missile tank. So just keep that in mind. Ow, stupid spike. Stupid spike. Stupid spike. I'm going to go ahead and just keep freezing these dudes here. And just carry on our mosey way here. Now that we have power bombs, we can now open up yellow doors. There's yellow doors that we saw in Norfair. We can now open it up, and especially that yellow door back in Brinstar, green Brinstar that we saw in that one room. We can now open up. We can actually open up this door too. And I really strongly suggest anytime you see a colored door, just go ahead and open it up, because even if you don't use it, the door will now be blue, so you don't have to use the item again. So there's a save room if you need to use it. Well, we're gonna hold off on that just a minute. We're gonna come up this way and go through this door right here. I'm gonna use the green super missile door. And one of the things with Super Metroid, a lot of people said this game hasn't aged. This game has aged very good, and I agree with them. This game has aged very good. But the one thing that hasn't aged is the cycle. Pushing select 3 times to get to power bomb is kind of cumbersome. And especially later when you have even more options on the top screen. Pushing select a couple times to cycle through things is kind of cumbersome in a way. But in this room, we're going to set a power bomb here. That opens up this door, but we're going to jump through this flower. This flower was fake, but it has a power bomb, so it was worth it. So we got a free power bomb out of that fake flower. We're going to jump back out here and be very careful. Jump, because all the other ones are real stuff, and I get stuck. Get out of there. Jeez. Alright, so now we can go through here. Now, with that, we can actually go up into a new area with this elevator here. And this is kind of what the part of the game where I do a lot of mop-up. I won't be doing most of it in this episode because we've already done a lot in this episode already, but I'll be getting some of the stuff in my mop-up here. We are back in Criteria, of all places. Yeah, we're back in Criteria. I'm going to go ahead and place another bomb here to open up here, so that way that'll be blue whenever I come back. Like I said, if you use the item once on the colored doors, they will become different colors, so even if you don't go through it, they'll still be blue. See, like this. I needed a power bomb. Now it's blue. Now I never have to use a power bomb again on that door. So we're back in Criteria. We're back at the surface again. We're back at the surface again. But there's a bunch of stuff now that we have a lot of upgrades that we can get right now with this return trip. And now we're going to keep using this opportunity of this long stretch of hallway to build up a speed booster to break through those blocks, because those were speed booster blocks. And now we're back at our ship. And I'm going to go ahead and open this door because, well, I don't want to just leave a colored door open like this. And this is going to be a good segment to show off Speed Booster Shine Sparking. This is actually a good opportunity to show how shine sparking what it can do. Shine sparking is used in a couple of other different ways here, and I gotta, because I goobered up here, I'm gonna have to recharge my shine spark here to go through those blocks. You can use shine sparking upwards, you can use it to the side, you can also use it diagonally, and we're actually going to use it diagonally here in just a second to get an upgrade here. So if we come up here and use a shine spark on this little path, if you hold, I kind of screwed this up, but while you're shine sparked, and if you hold the right bumper to aim Samus this way and then use your shine spark, Samus will actually go diagonal right. So it's kind of it took me a while to figure out, hey, how do I do diagonal? Because in later games you had to hold like the directional pad up and to the right in order for Samus to do that. But here they just made it a button press, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and show it off here. Woo! Boom, like that. That allows us to get up to this ledge real easily. So now we can go through here and use a power bomb and open the way to get to this room. Now this room right here is an introduction to this area here in Crit area, where there's a bunch of acid. Acid eats through your armor. It's kind of like lava. So, and it actually damages quite a bit. It does a lot of damage. So be very careful navigating through here. There's going to be a thing later that we try to do, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. But there we go. We got another power bomb expansion. We got like 3 power bomb expansions yet, and we have yet to get a single super missile upgrade yet. But we're going to be getting some here in a second, so just don't mind that. I'm going to get hit by a spike, and everything's just going to be hurting. Ow. Quit hitting yourself, Samus. As you can see, knockback's kind of ridiculous in this game. But we can also screw that up. That's okay. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show off what shine sparking can do. We're going to be using shine sparking quite a bit. So you can use shine sparking here, and let me try that again. And shine spark right here. And if you push up, Samus will go all the way up to the sky like that. But if you're kind of low on energy, yeah, you'll stop the shine sparking. It won't kill you. They don't want to sap your health to the point where it kills you. But I'm going to go into the ship and re-heal myself, because if you go into your ship, it actually re-heals you. So it's a freebie heal, and you could also save here. But that's pretty much it. I think I'm going to call it here. So in the next episode of Let's Play Super Metroid, we are going to actually go backtrack to areas that we have been now that we have more abilities in order to, you know, get more expansion packs. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next episode.